Hey, good afternoon. My name is Britten McDowell, Triple Diamond ZJ International, and I want to congratulate you for taking the right steps in the right direction, starting your business, but most importantly, showing that you're serious about getting off to a fast start. We want to show you how to be successful, how to get your business off the ground, and we're going to do that by taking some steps in the positive direction, by building some momentum. And this should be illustrated to you that you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. So definitely thank you again for tuning into this webinar and showing that you're serious about your success and changing your future with ZJ International. The first thing we want to talk about is why you're in business. You want to know why you're in business, what you want from your business. The why is simply your driving force behind what you're doing is, and if you know your why doesn't make you cry, if you're not emotionally attached to it, then it's not strong enough. It can't be about money. It can't be about, it's got to be about something or somebody specific, but most importantly, what your success will help you do for that person to go with that. So if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. So I want you to take a few seconds. If you have to pause the video, go ahead and think about why you joined ZJ International. Is it to improve your health? Is it to improve your life for your family? Is it to improve and give options that you wouldn't have been able to do before? What are you wanting to do? What do you want and why do you want it? That's what I want you to think about. The second thing I want you to think about is, what do you want from your business? What are your goals? What do you want to be able to accomplish? You're going to need some short-term goals that we're going to do in the first couple of weeks and some long-term goals, 90 to 180 days down the road. A great short-term goal is to get to the rank of builder, finding your first two, getting your first check. Those are great first goals. Long-term goals might be to hit a certain rank, have a monthly income goal established for 6 months down the line. But the number one goal that you have to write down and you have to put there is that you will be here 1 year from today. If you make it 1 year from today, that'll put you in the top 90% of all network marketers in the world because you're going to have the staying power. You're going to be here to be successful. So let's think about our why. Think about what we want. Let's set some goals. Put them on paper. Carry them with you so that you can succeed and move forward. So let's talk about your list. This is a people business. People sometimes get confused and they're not sure what our product is. Our product is what we can give people. It's freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of finance, freedom from illness, freedom from health, or freedom of having a purpose. But we need to think about this. Our list is the lifeblood of what we have. We need to come up with two distinct categories. The first is product people that that could benefit from the products that we have here at ZJ International. Think about what you have available. Think about the people that you've heard complain in the last 30 days. Think about the people that you've heard that were unhappy with something. They said, I need to lose some weight. My back hurts. My head hurts. Think about those people. And even if you may have heard them complain that their wallet hurts because they have too much month and not enough money, but that first list is what we're going to call the low-hanging fruit. The people that we know are complainers. We're going to show you how to find out if they're serious about fixing their issues or if they just want to have something to complain about. The second list is people that we specifically want to approach from the business perspective. And there are four categories to go with there. There's heroes, there's humanitarians, there's hustlers, and there are have-tos. Now, sometimes we hang on. We don't approach product people right off the bat because they may want to know what the product's done for you. So it's always safe to start with business people first because they're going to look at the information. You're going to be able to plug them into our system, and they're going to be able to see how to be successful to go with that. So we look at our list of people here. Let's go through and look at this real quick. Heroes are people that that are extremely successful. They are the people that have some influence, they have some credibility, they have some clout, but most importantly, people know that they're winners. They get things done. Humanitarians are servant leaders, people who are out there, they're active in the community, they work in their church, they work for social groups, they chair the committees, they know how to get things done, and they love to help people. Hustlers are entrepreneurs, people that you know that they may have a job, they may have that JOB, which stands for just over broke, but they're doing other things because they know that putting their security in somebody else isn't their style. They know that it takes multiple streams of income to get by. And then finally, the last category is the hardest one to find. They're the have-tos. These are people that this business is their last shot. This business is their last chance to make things work, to get things done. And the thing about it is the have-tos hide inside the other categories. This is that doctor that's working 100 hours a week and needs to come up with a way to make a couple of grand more a month, but he has no more hours to work. This is the chiropractor who can't see more patients, the lawyers who's maxed out on retainers. These are the folks, they may be professionals, this may be the business owner that has got to figure out a way to create some more income so that his business is successful. Those are the things that you got to look at, that you got to come up with when you're making your list. Keep those people in mind. Now, the PIQUE, this is our first step. After we have our list there, you need to make contact with somebody that's on your power team, your upline leaders, and talk about this out loud, not just listening to this recording, but you need to make contact with somebody, preferably a gold or higher, who can help you begin this process. The PIQUE. This is what you need to know. How you approach people duplicates, good, bad, or ugly. What you do, your people will do as well. So we have a simple system. Don't change the recipe. If you change the recipe, you will not get the same result. Peaking is best done by asking questions. It is not your job to be the Zija vomit comet, throwing the information up out of your mouth. Our job is to listen, ask questions. And if we listen and we ask questions, then we can ask people to take a look at the information, and we do that. So we're going to pique curiosity. We're going to ask some questions that would be basically, if you could earn more money, would it benefit your family? Do you value your health? If they say yes to both of those, and you say, hey, would you be open to some information that would let you improve your health and then also add value or, increase your income? Would that benefit them? Would you be open to some information to show you how? I love to ask the question, what do you value most in your life? And when they say, whatever they tell you, then say, would you be open to adding more value to that? And if they say yes to both those questions, then we're going to ask them to take a look at some information. And then we're going to, bam, book a meeting from a meeting, setting a time to follow up. As we go through, we ask these questions, we listen, we pay attention. That shows that we're building a relationship. Now, after we have asked the questions and they've agreed to look at information, we are going to pass them to a tool. Thou shalt not be a tool. We need to use them. And basically, we want to give them a video, a web page, a section, a small piece of information to find out if they're interested. Remember, the first exposure is a sort. This might be the introduction to Zija International. It might be a lifestyle video of a diamond. It might be a quick excerpt of the Moringa documentary, Josh Plant talking about the values of Moringa. It's going to be just a taste. And we want to get that follow-up set up immediately so that we can have an expert there and we can find out if they're interested or not. And people are not, people are going to say, I'm not interested, and that's okay. If somebody says no, that is simply not yet. You're not going to bat 1,000 in this business. People will not catch the vision as quickly as you have since you have started your business. But that's okay. Stick and stay, persevere, and it's amazing how many people 6 months later have come around to your way of thinking, a year later come around to your way of thinking. I've had people in my personal enrollment tree that it's taken them 5 years to come around to my way of thinking and wanting to get involved in what we have going from there. So just be consistent, be persistent with what you're doing. As we make the pass, we want to use things like excellenceelite.com. We want to use the Wellness and Success newsletter, Success from Home magazine, drinklifein.com, the Moringa page, drinklifein.com, the product page. Be specific so that we don't throw them into information overload. Now, for exposures 2, 3, or 4, after you've done a 3-way call to follow up, then we can use some things that take a little bit more time to get into. After we have successfully passed them to the information, we are then going to follow up, and this is called the plug. And here's the simple truth of this business. The fortune is in the follow-up. If you do not follow up with people, they will not get back to you. They are busy. You schedule the appointment, you keep the appointment, and you go there through that process. Now, when you get ready to plug somebody into another individual, this is what you're going to do. Don't vary the script. Don't get off script. Just stick to this because you're asking questions that you know the answers to, so you should be comfortable. But question 1, did you look at the information? Question 2, what did you like best? We want them to be positive. There's only 2 possible answers for what did you like best, product or business. And then finally, the third question is, what do you want to know more about? And at any point in time during this conversation between you and your prospect, if they ask a question, your immediate response is, hang on a second, let me get that for you. And then that's where you bring on your business partner, your upline, cross-team, somebody, your expert who will answer that question. It's important that you book a meeting from a meeting so that you know what time you'll be following up and that you know when to have your expert ready. And so going from there, when you get ready to follow up, always do it on the phone. Make sure they know that this is a business you do as you go, that you don't have to go do this business, that it's done over the phone. And when you get ready to introduce your pro, you say, hang on a second, let me get that for you. And then you say to your prospect, whatever their name is, I have a business partner of mine on the line. You ask a great question. I want to make sure that I got you the right answer. I'm going to let my business partner, Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, tell you their story and answer that question. And then, because they're building a big business, they're helping people. We want to properly edify that person. We want to make sure that that your prospect, that your guest, that your potential business partner or customer knows that who they're talking to is somebody special. They're building a big business. They're helping a lot of people, and they have a passion for doing so. Now, then once you have turned it over to your business partner, you say, they're going to thank you for introducing them. Then they're going to take over the call. They're going to share their story. They're going to answer questions. And at that point in time, you just sit back and let someone else do the heavy lifting. Let somebody else build your business for you. And then, you just wait for them to turn the call back over to you for it to be over. And then once the call is over, you simply have to invite your prospect to get started. They may not be ready. They may need more information, and that is okay. But if you don't invite them, it is 100% sure they will not get started. The lack of an invitation is the number one reason that people do not join. So in wrapping up, this is the crash course of Peak Pass Plug, making your list, setting some quick goals and some whys. This is what you got to do. Take action. Don't hesitate. Start shooting. Because the number one mistake that people make in this business is they never get started because they're trying to learn everything. They never get started because they're afraid someone might ask them a question they don't know the answer to. This is a business that you learn as you go. You learn by doing, not by studying. So you have to take action, get things done, and get going. Because the sooner you start peaking, passing, and plugging, the better you will get at that, the faster your team will grow. Don't worry, because you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. So if you need some additional resources, this video will be posted on excellenceelite.com as well as our YouTube channel. There are tons of resources out there, and more importantly, there are tons of business builders, business partners that you have that are in your upline and in your organization. Make sure that you are plugged into those individuals, because they will be the people that have the answers to the questions and the challenges that you incur. My name is Britten McDowell. I'm here to help. If there's anything I can do, I'm always a text message or phone call away. You have a great night and continued success. You've made the first step towards changing your life and having success. Continue down the path. Complete the journey, and I will see you at the top or from it. Have a great day.